Hi guys, welcome to this build up to balance mini sequence. So I've designed this to build some strength in the legs and awareness to the whole body when we go into balances, where we need to really use our proprioception, so our spatial awareness and our spatial orientation, and actually really come to terms with the fact that wobbles and shakes and falls will happen and it's a part of the process. But learning to balance on one leg for a long period of time, you're going to feel like maybe a fatigue in the feet and the calves and the legs. It's about us getting used to it and building up that strength bit by bit, piece by piece. And then the balances will just be so supported. So let's come into all fours to begin with. There are a few different types of balances that we can experience in yoga. It can be a side plank, it can be a high plank with one hand or one foot off the floor. We're just getting used to distributing the weight evenly throughout the body. So we're going to come into all fours, hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips, and just add in a little bit of a cat-cow to get the spine moving. Inhale, arch the spine, drop your belly, lift the head and the tailbone and broaden the collarbones. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under and look in towards your thighs. Push the ground away. And again, inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, curve the spine. One more time, inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, curve the spine, and then come into more of a neutral position right now with your spine. I want you to slide your right leg back behind you, and it's your choice whether you keep the toe on the floor or if you lift the right leg off the ground. And you can stay here absolutely. This is enough, to be honest with you, and you keep the foot really active. Or you can start to slide the left fingertips forward. Now you choose if you keep the fingertips on the ground or you lift the left hand off the floor. So you've got opposite arm to opposite leg off the ground. As you exhale, bend the elbow and knee and squeeze them in towards one another underneath you. Inhale, re-extend. Now you can do this with the hand and the foot on the floor. Exhale, slide the toes and slide the fingertips towards one another. And then inhale, re-extend. Exhale again, squeeze and hug underneath. Inhale, re-extend. One more time. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, extend it. Lower the hand and the foot back to the floor, and you're going to switch it to the other side. So first of all, slide your left leg back behind you. Decide if the toes are going to stay on or off the ground, and then slide the right fingertips forward. Again, decide if the fingertips are going to stay on or off the ground. As you exhale, hug the elbow and knee in towards one another. There's this nice roundness in the spine as they come in. Inhale, re-extend, and think about the hand and the knee and the toes that are on the floor as well. Exhale, squeeze in there, the support. Inhale, re-extend, twice more. Hug them in. Remember, you can slide the fingers and the toes more towards one another on the ground here and still keep this sort of the whole premise of the balance the same. Breathe in, final time. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, re-extend and lower the hand and the foot to the floor. Now, what can often be a little bit more precarious is actually lifting the same hand and the same leg off. So slide your right leg back behind you, toes on the floor or toes off. Slide the right hand out in front of you. Keep the right fingertips on the ground or hover the right hand off the ground. Now stay there, push the ground away wherever you are and keep the bum nice and active. To do that, flex or point to the toes, keep the foot switched on so that the glutes have to switch on as well. And the abdominals will begin to turn on a little bit more too, the more that you push down through this left hand that's attached to the floor. One more big breath in where you are. Exhale, right hand and right knee back down. Switch to the other side, left leg back, on or off the floor. Left hand forward, on or off the floor. And it's fine to keep the left leg off and the right and the left hand on. You find whatever sort of variation works for you. Hold this here for a few breaths. Maybe there's a little shake and a little tremble going on in your muscles, and that's good. We're having to concentrate a little bit harder often with the balances, but what that can often do is stop us from breathing. So keep the breath consistent. One more breath in. Exhale, lower the left hand down, lower the left knee down. Excellent job. Wiggle out your hips. Bring back the breath. And then from here, tuck the toes, lift the knees off the ground, and start to transition into more of a downward facing dog with bent knees. And then as you exhale, bring your knees back down to the floor. And repeat that. Hover the knees off the ground, shift back into a bent knee downward facing dog, and then repeat. Knees down. Lift up. So there's some power in the legs here as you're really pushing off the toes. Lower the knees down. Now you can keep practicing this. This can be totally enough. Or knees down, lift the right leg up, tuck the left toes, and lift up into three-legged dog and lower back down again with the right leg off the floor the whole time. Try it out. See how it feels. You can always bring the right foot back down onto the floor to do both the legs at the same time. But really what's so good is we're working sort of bilaterally, so we're working on one leg at a time. One more time. And then unilaterally, maybe that's the right word. All of that can go out of my head sometimes. Exhale, lower the right foot to the floor, lower the knees down and switch sides, both the same time. Or yet unilaterally, one at a time, up and down. Right knee down, right leg up, really pushing off the toes. Think about the hands as well. They're nice and cemented into the floor, super supported through the upper body. One more breath. And then lower the left foot to the floor. Now, I was going quite quickly there. You can absolutely take it slower. But we want to build up these powerhouses, our thighs. So next time you come into downward facing dog, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Keep the foot really active. And I want you to rise up onto your right fingertips. So there is a nice little lift underneath the right palm of your hand. So we're starting to shift the weight ever so slightly more into the left side of the body. Then lower the right foot down, right hand flat to the floor, switch to the other side, left leg up. Rise up onto your left fingertips. And then exhale, lower the left leg down, lower the left palm to the floor. Inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky and then step the right foot through between your hands. Now, once you're here, shift the weight slightly further forward and walk the fingers forward as well to lift the left leg off the floor. I've got my supporting knee slightly bent here, and that may help you because what you're doing is you're using more of your muscle than the joint itself. Hold that left leg up, keep the foot active so the glutes are engaged, and can you hover your right hand forward? Lower the right hand down. Reach the left hand forward, and your left leg down, hand down. Right hand forward, right hand down, left hand forward, left hand down. You can keep practicing one arm at a time or go both together. Or bring your hands perhaps into a prayer position underneath your heart. And in this position, can you slowly start to rise up and bring your left knee out in front of you. Work on this little balance. Inhale, left knee out in front of you. And then exhale, slide your left leg back behind you, tip forward. More into that warrior three again. Twice more. Inhale, left knee up towards your chest. Exhale, left leg back behind you, tip forward. Focus, find your drishti, which is that focus point, and also an inward gaze. Bring your left knee up in front of you. And then take your torso forward, left leg back, hands back onto the floor. And step your left leg behind you, downward facing dog. How does the right leg feel? How's the glute feeling? Like you worked it? Hopefully mine was. Lift your left leg up towards the sky, breathe in. Step the left foot through between your hands. Crawl the fingers a little bit further forward. Keep the front knee bent as the right leg lifts up behind you. So the fingertips are just about on the floor. Try and pull out through the crown of the head and active through to the back toes. Hover your left hand forward, like you're getting pulled through the fingertips. Exhale, left hand back. Right hand forward, right hand down. And again, left hand forward, left hand down, right hand forward, right hand down. Keep practicing that, or both hands together in prayer. Keep the foot active and slowly start to rise up. This is where you're going to feel that bringing it up. Right knee comes out in front of you. Right leg shoots back behind you. Stay with your breath. Don't hold it. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right leg back. One more time. Inhale, right leg up in front of you. Exhale, right leg back. Bring your hands to the floor. Excellent job. Step it back into downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Excellent job. Step your right foot through between your hands and just rise all the way up. Open the legs and turn in to face the middle of the room. Now in this position, turn the toes out, bend the knees, and bring your hands in front of your heart. So like it's a little mini goddess pose. So there's a little bend in the knees, and we're gonna practice kind of shifting the weight from right to left in this position. So shift the weight into the right side, come right up onto your left tiptoes, and then slide back down. Shift it to the other side. So I want you to kind of build this up before you bring the feet off the floor. So we're kind of working in that deep bend little squat and dragging the other leg up with us. Maybe the toe starts to come off the floor and you land in that nice deep squat, lift and bend. Doesn't matter which way that you're going. Just build this up so that that one leg is getting really used to holding the body's weight. The glutes are switched on, the toes are active, so that we're not just completely falling apart. As soon as that foot's kind of lazy, everything becomes a little bit heavier. So we just want to engage to help ourselves out a little bit more. Now, the next time you go over to the right, hold that left leg up. Hold that there, hands in front of your heart, and start to tip a little bit further over to the right. Lift that left leg up. Hold that there. And then bend the supporting knee, lower the foot back down, switch to the other side. Hold it up, active in the foot, tip to the left. And as you tip the torso to the left, the right leg kind of lifts up. It's like a seesaw. Bend the supporting knee, lower it down. Repeat that. Now, as you do this, again over to the right, perhaps open the arms. Find a point that you can stare at. Focus on. Maybe you can tip over a little bit more and then bring yourself back to center. To the other side. Open out the arms. Lift the right leg. Tip towards the left. Active in the foot. Back to center. Bend the knees. One more time. You go over, you open the arms up, flex the left foot that's off the floor, and maybe start to hover the right fingertips towards the floor. We're now in half moon. Now, if the fingertips touch the ground, you can always bring your left hand onto your left hip. Now you're you're opening up the hips, stacking them, left hip on top of the right. If you feel really happy with the balance, left hand might want to stack up towards the ceiling. You may even have a little bind here. Play around with it. You may be practicing lifting the right fingertips now off of the floor. See where you're at. To come out of this pose, first of all, I want you to bring your left hand to the ground. And then you're sort of squaring up your hips and bend both of your knees. Try and tap the left knee towards the back of the right ankle. And then inhale, re-extend the left leg up, straighten up the right knee. Exhale, bend everything. Breathe out through the mouth. I know these can be quite intense. And again, inhale, re-extend it. This time when you bend the knees, cross your left knee to the outside of your right ankle and try and sit your bum all the way to the floor. Doesn't matter if it was a little bit higgledy-piggledy to get down. Your right leg has crossed on top of the left. We're going to take a twist. Right hand goes behind you. Keep both of the sit bones grounded if you can and really squeeze the legs. Lift the left arm up towards the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, cross the left forearm to your right thigh. And as you press down through your right fingertips, look over your right shoulder. Excellent job, everybody. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Crawl the hands forward and you're going to press the weight into that front foot once again, and you quite literally unravel yourself from this pose. Lower the left leg down. Open out the arms, turn in to face the middle of the room. And then we're going to take everything to the other side. Turn the left toes out. Bend the left knee a little bit. Start to get the blood rushing back around the whole of the body. I know the head has been low for a while. And then you can start to shift the weight into the left leg. Lift the right leg off the floor. Stack open the hips. Flex the right foot, turn the toes out. And maybe the left hand can come to the floor. If you're working at home, maybe you've got a sofa or a bed or something that you want to put your hand on instead. You can use your objects, get nice and creative. Right hand can stay on your right hip or stack open the arms. Play around with binds. Do whatever feels good here, explore it. Maybe changing the gaze, what happens then? And then bring your right hand to the floor, square up the hips, and bend both of your knees. Tap the right knee to the back of the left ankle, and then inhale back up towards the sky. Exhale, bend, squeeze. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bend and cross your right knee to the outside of your left ankle. Sit your bum down, squeeze the tops of the inner thighs together. Keep the sit bones on the floor. Take your left hand back behind you to support you. Reach the right arm up over the head. Exhale, cross the right forearm to your left thigh and then look over the left shoulder. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly unravel from this twist. Shift the weight into the front foot, crawl forward. And lift the right leg back up towards the sky. Lower the right foot down. And then bring yourself all the way back up. Turn the toes in. And then windmill the arms forward to face the front of the room. Step back into downward facing dog. Wiggle out your hips. Excellent job, everybody. Just lift your right leg up once again, one more time, and circle this right leg around a couple of times, working into your hip socket. Rise up onto your left tiptoe. You can stay there or lower the left knee down again. Lower the left knee back up again a couple of times. Just a little reminder of how strong we really do want these legs and these glutes to be in our yoga practice. Lower the right foot down. Lift the left leg up. Wiggle the hip around, the leg around in the hip. Stay where you are and rise up onto your right tiptoe. Or bend the right knee, tap the knee towards the floor. Lift it back up twice more. One more time. Lower the left leg down. And then start to walk your hands and your feet a little bit closer together for a final little forward fold. Tiny bend in the knees. Belly towards your thighs. Relax your head. Grab hold of your opposite elbows. Don't be afraid of the wobbles and the shakes and the falls. They are so much a part of the process, and they are really what teaches us where our limit is or where we're at in the day. Some days we nail the balances, and other days we don't. It's not just about the physical body, it's sometimes about what else is going on in our lives that might be affecting our balance. Take one more little breath where you are in this forward fold. Exhale, release the arms. Walk the hands forward and lower your knees to the ground. And just finish this practice on your knees, or if you prefer cross-legged, do so. You can place the hands somewhere on your body and just finish this with a few breaths for yourself, moving the head from side to side, rolling the shoulders. And as much as we do want there to be a nice muscular stability, there's also this openness to the balance as well. Keep breathing. Thank you for joining. As always, thank you for your support. Have a lovely rest of your day. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell people you know about my channel. And if there's anything I can do for you, please do get in touch. I hope you enjoyed that and you feel a little bit more ready to dive into those balances that maybe we're a little bit afraid of sometimes. It's totally fine if you fall. It's really quite funny, so laugh about it. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.